Well, hello YouTube. I'm gonna do a little better video on the Maytag powered motorbike. Seems I didn't do much explanation. That was all done with the wife filming me, and I couldn't really comment on the pictures and had trouble uploading them. I was gonna try and make one movie out of all of them, and it wouldn't work, so I just uploaded 3 videos and didn't have no explanation of anything. So we're gonna show you here what we got going. Try and explain a few things that nobody understood before, evidently, according to the one guy's comment. So here you go. Tell you a little bit about her as I go. Oh, there she is. That was a mongoose bike, girl's bike I bought at Walmart years ago. Bought 2 of them on clearance sale. The reason I used this bike is because it was wider in the back, and I had to make it wide enough to have clearance for the pulley. So I still had to jack it apart and bring it back together a little bit. We got plenty of clearance in there now. I had to make a longer axle for the wheel. And let's see. The gas tanks off my old BSA, I had a 60 BSA for years and years. Guy I sold it to didn't want that peanut tank, so I kept that. The back wheel is 2 20-inch bike wheels. I wanted to use a flat belt because it would be more authentic as to be in an old bike. I had to cut the one wheel in half and make a spacer out of it, so I brought it out away from the tire here. This is the flat belt off serpentine belt off a Chevy pickup, newer Chevy pickup. There's another idler there, belt tightener for the flat belt. That goes up to this roller back here. That's a homemade deal I made on the lathe and welded this pulley to it. And I had to put an idler up here on the clutch so the clutch would release, otherwise it didn't release. I got the clutch on there. I ain't got much action in it, but it works. It opens up just a little bit, that's all it does. That's all it takes to stop. It does grab a little bit, but that's what I had to work with. This is a tensioner pulley off of, I don't know what it's off of, something I drove home from work one day. And the reason this Maytag was put on here is because when I got this Maytag, the flywheel was busted on it. The air fins were all broke. That's why it's smooth now. I would really love to have a regular flywheel for it because it gets a little warm running around the yard. Out on the road it ain't too bad. And of course I took the governor out of the crankshaft and did all that good stuff like everybody says you gotta do. And this is a carburetor off of Power Products lawnmower, probably from back in the 50s. This is the only one I could make really work good. Had a couple of outboard motor carburetors on it and they didn't work very good. And the reason this Maytag was scrapped also, besides the flywheel, well, it wasn't really scrapped, but it's not fixed up the way it should have been, is the kicker plate here was broke out and somebody welded it all back in there. And when I got it, it wouldn't engage in the bendix on the crankshaft. The gears wouldn't mesh, so I sure didn't want to try and cut that out and straighten that out. So I took it apart years ago, checked it all out, put it all back together. I've seen it laying in the basement the other day and I'm going to do something with that. So we stuck her on this bike. Flywheel's kind of hard on the knee when these bolts come around and catch you in the knee, but now that I know that, well, I knew it before, but I've got carried away trying to get it going. I don't know, it probably goes 10-15 miles an hour. Like I said, it gets a little hot riding around the yard, but if you get out on the road, it don't seem to get too hot. I don't know what else I could explain. Oh, I got the throttle here. Here we got the shifter off the bike. Got that all hooked up. Got to run down here. Got that dude out there holding it. Works pretty good, actually. Kind of hard to see anything out here today because the sun is shining. It's been so hot and humid. I'm really sorry I didn't answer anybody's comments on them other videos, but I wanted to get this thing going. I'll go back and answer them all after I get this video uploaded. We got that pulley on there centered perfect. Here's a splice in the belt. I got to come up. Well, it works, but it's kind of noisy. I just took the belt and ground it flat in a couple of spots, so it's about the same thickness, and pop riveted it and washered it. I'm sure there's a better way. I had some alligator belt lacing, but I got that. I don't have none that size anymore. So that's about it on this thing. Tipped it over and put a big dent in the gas tank about 10 minutes ago. Tipped over in my shop and hit something. I didn't even know I dented it till just now. So there you got it, a little explanation. I'll show you something else I built the other day. Don't know why. There's a guy I watch on YouTube called Adam the Woo. He took a trip down Highway 66 and he seen a guy standing out in a field made out of car wheels. So I decided to make one. Don't know why. Just did. Here he is. I call him Wheelman. He kind of dwarfs Iron Man. I was gonna make him to look like the Keep On Trucking guy, but I couldn't quite get the form for him. It's over 14 foot high. Put him on this little tractor thing. A buddy of mine got this. Some guy died that made it, and my buddy said he'd buy it from the people. Then after he got it, he didn't want it, so he took everything off. He wanted it. First he wanted to sell it to me. Well, I said I didn't want it, so he stripped it down and gave me what was left. Had a 2-cylinder Wisconsin engine on it. I built Wheelman on here so I could roll him around. It's been so hot and humid around here, we sure gained a humidity in the last month or two. I think there's 28 or 29 car wheels in this. Made them in 2 sections so I could take them apart. That was a job getting that top section up there. I made a boom for the forklift. Thought I was going to tip her over sideways. But I guess I got too much time on my hands. He's got his feet there. Got a little kink in that leg I don't like, but other than that I guess he's alright. Can't say anybody else has got one like him. That yellow up there is supposed to be his shirt open so you can see that he's got a jacket on or whatever. And look at this. I got my lawn mowed for the 2nd time this year. I can't believe it. The weeds were up so high, there was weeds 3 foot high, but the grass wasn't growing high. Well, maybe I'll tack on a little video if I figure how to get that thing started and point the camera in one direction and ride around the yard a little bit. It goes though, you've seen that it goes. Just that now I got a clutch and a throttle. Well, thanks for watching. I'll try to get back and comment. Oh, there's a boop boop a doop. There's a rat rod sitting in the shed over there. There's my boy's 49 Chevy. Got that running the other day. There's the old Dodge Dart sitting here. So, I think I'd put a regular flywheel on that engine if I had one, but I just don't have one. It might cool a little better. So thanks for watching. This is danfhowe saying so long. Well, there you go. It's a little sample of how she goes. Another thing I forgot to say is these exhaust pipes on here. Everybody says you gotta have back pressure on the 2 cycles. And the Maytags. Well, I looked up all Shop Dog Sam's videos to see what he had for mufflers. Well, he had two mufflers. One was two factory mufflers. One had 4 holes in it and one had 8 holes in it. So I plugged off the end of these pipes and I drilled 3 1/8-inch holes in them. So if anybody thinks that them are just straight pipes, they're not. Hopefully that'll satisfy the people that think that I don't have no back pressure. It runs pretty good. I can't believe the power it's got. So now I got to take it all apart, weld it all up. Most of it was just tack welded together. And then paint it or just leave it like it is because it looks kind of cool and homemade and rat roddy like it is. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody's comments. I'm sorry I didn't explain the last 3 videos very good, but I was in a rush to get them on the YouTube because it was time to go to work. I had to go to bed to go to work. I ended up staying up till 1:30 in the morning and got up at 20 after 5. So, oh, you just witnessed a blooper there. The old bike just tipped over all by herself. I had to go rescue it. I had a little accident the other night welding upside down and laying on the ground welding on that bike. I started my beard on fire. So now it's kind of a lopsided beard. Burnt a bunch here. Burnt a bunch off it. That's the way it goes, I guess. Just a good thing I got her out because I thought it was just a little oil burning and some cardboard. I was laying on a piece of cardboard because of my dirt floor shop. So now we got a lopsided beard. It'll take forever for that to grow back. Probably won't be back before I'm dead. Another thing I wanted to show you here is this little nostalgic piece of equipment. This is a kickstand that I have had for years, and that's going to cure that problem of that bike tipping over because it's got a dice on it on the end of it. That was some kid probably thought he really had a cool thing back in the 50s or 40s or 60s whenever that came out. She's been around, got half of it ground off. Got the 6 there, 5, 1, snake eye, 2, 3. Where's the 4? Oh, the 4 must be ground off. Anyway, oh, there's a 4. No, it's a 5. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to try and comment on them other videos, or not comment on them, answer the comments. Hopefully I'll get some better comments on this video, because some guy didn't like it that I didn't explain anything. So we made it a little more simple this time. So hang in there, YouTube, and thanks for watching. Appreciate all your viewers and subscribers.